Welcome to Rugby 100 Club. I'm your host, Matt Courtwright, and with us today is Seth Smith, the youngest player in the MLR.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, for those that don't know who you are, I'm going to play the highlight, and then we'll jump in the conversation and talk about what's going down.
What a wonderful young player this is. He's going to go all the way. We mentioned the coaches, both coaches, very high on Seth Smith now on the field.
Youngest player to ever score in the MLR playoffs. Right to it now, Seth Smith.
He's going to go all the way. Family. Seth Smith takes the field, the Viking for Houston. His father, Charles, got involved in rugby at age 11 in the Katy Barbarians in Texas. And what a wonderful young player this is. He's going to go all the way. We mentioned the coaches, both coaches, very high on Seth Smith now on the field.
Yeah, there you get a good look at him. The Viking, hence the blonde braided hair. He just turned 20 on Tuesday.
I was just going to say, incredible. He's just turned 20. What a future that young man has.
Youngest player to ever score in the MLR playoffs and youngest player to ever.
Well, everybody, that's Seth Smith. He is something to recognize in the MLR.
Thank you. Thank you.
About that, buddy. So far, so good. We got the audio going, little delay, but we're going to work through it.
Yeah, we're going to make it work.
So with you having a second season in the MLR, and now you went all the way to the championship, how's it feeling to have such a successful season under your belt?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great because last time we talked, it was probably almost a year ago that we talked. And I was at U20s with the USA up in Scotland playing for the Junior World Trophy. And then I come back. I spend a little bit of time in Atlanta, and then I'm back to Houston. Everything gets rolling. We have a lot of ups and downs this year. But to do what we did, the first playoff win and the second playoff win in team history, and then the Western Conference final win, and then getting to play in the championship against a team like New England, I mean, I would say it was a very successful year, not just for the team, but myself as well.
You're a big influence on everybody, hanging out with all them OGs, man. Last time earlier in the season, we saw each other when Seattle came to Houston, and some of the guys that you're hanging out with, man, they're legends. I mean, we're talking Dom and Akina and Larome White.
Yes.
Jeremy Misalaya.
Yeah.
Dude, they've been around forever, and they just have such a massive respect for you, which is not always normal for a young blood to come in with all the vets. And they love hanging out with you. I watched you when we're hanging out at that captain's run.
Yeah,
everybody's just good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Houston has such a great culture. Whether you're like Rome, who's been in the league since year one, and you are a true seasoned vet, to somebody like me who is going in my second year, and just being able to include me into everything. So like you mentioned, for a seasoned vet to kind of take a younger guy underneath his wing, it shows a lot about themselves. It shows a lot about Rome, but it also shows a lot about the culture. How the guys you mentioned are seasoned vets. They've been in the league a very long time. And so for them to take me underneath their wing and teach me everything just shows a lot about them and the culture of the SaberCats.
No doubt, man. They are stand-up gents and just fun to be around outside as a fan, let alone a player. Do you think that has a lot to do with your guys' success this season?
Yeah, I think we have such a great culture, which is what, played into, because like I mentioned, we had some ups and downs, and even at our lowest moments, we weren't pointing fingers and being oh, well, you missed this tackle, we lost this game, or you missed this kick, that's why we lost the game, or you missed this line out, that's why we lost the game. It was more of like me, for example, the first 4 games was kind of struggling with lineouts. And then everybody that did lineouts, whether you're a lifter or a jumper, offered to help me. And then towards the end of the year, my lineouts became better. You know what I mean? And the percentages started going higher. Same thing with PETA. Percentages started going higher. And so it just took a whole team buy-in to really produce the success that we had this year.
Man, I'm impressed. Let's point out a try against Anthem, shall we?
Houston, the driving maul.
Let's do it.
Houston across, and Smith with his second. The Viking has a brace.
Yeah, great job by the hooker. He's been great all game.
Had to get that handshake in there. That looked awesome.
Yeah, with me and Pono. You know, that was 2 years in the making. It took us 2 years to finally find one that we liked.
Oh, that's so fun,
It took
man.
a long time.
The things that nobody knows about, right? Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. So what do you think? What did you take away from this season overall?
Well, there's a lot to be taken away. I mean, it just shows the level that you have to be a professional rugby player. You know what I mean? Because this was finally my first full year in the MLR. Because last year I left halfway through the year, so I didn't get to experience the playoffs and the back end of the season. And it just shows me a lot about what it takes to be a professional rugby player. Like it takes a toll on your body. Like after the first bye week was nice. We played 4 games, had a bye week. The bye week was super nice. It gives your body some time to, relax and recuperate. And then we had a 10-game streak before we had our bye week. And so it just shows a lot that you really have to take care of yourself and, mentally stay strong and physically stay strong to get to the season. And so I think one thing that I took out of it is like your body's your engine. You know what I mean? Your body and your mind are what makes a rugby player. As cliche as it sounds, without your body, you can't play rugby. Without your mind, you can't play rugby as well. So it's just like taking care of yourself in the level that it takes to be a professional rugby player is something I noticed a lot more this year compared to last year.
Well said, sir. I love how serious you're taking it, but yet you keep such a good humor, man. Like anybody checking out his Instagram, check it out. He did this reel, your reel on your tattoo that you finished up, and the humor in it is just so good. Like yeah, the arm, yeah, the sleeve. Yeah, he makes jokes about unemployed 20-year-old.
I mean, the season just ended. Yeah, thank you. I'm in like the worst phase right now. I'm peeling. I don't know if you can see all that, but I'm peeling really bad right now, and it's super itchy. So I'm kind of getting through that.
I saw you poking at it, and I was like, I wonder what's going on with his arm. So now I get it.
Yeah. No, it's definitely very itchy, especially in here too. This is where I'm peeling the worst. You see all that, but it's all good though.
How was it playing in Utah? What'd you think? What'd you think about
the Western Conference Final? In the Western Conference Final. Yeah, so I play in Utah. I mean, we played there. This is the 3rd time that I've played there, and they have a very big crowd. Like they pack a crowd, and so that environment is very loud. There's a lot of trash talk that the fans do, and so the whole week of preparation was just my players preparing me for the trash talk. So like as I'm throwing, they're in my ear talking trash the entire time, because in key moments like that where the pressure's high, you have to be able to nail those lineouts, and the crowd plays a big part in. I guess the crowd plays a big part in what can go wrong. But I mean, besides that, I got to play in a Western Conference final. That in its own, like I was able to play in all the playoff games and the final. To be a part of the team, getting to play, and we won our first playoff game was amazing. And then you go into the next week, getting to play again in the Western Conference final and winning. That's another great feeling in its own. And then getting to dress out for the championship game in the MLR. Yeah. It was just it leaves me speechless to think about, the journey. You know what I mean? Like starting at the beginning of the year, and then the bye week comes and getting some start, getting hurt, coming back, getting hurt again, staying out for like 5 games towards the back end of the season, and then getting to play in playoffs. Because we didn't know if I was going to be back for playoffs. And so being able to be back for playoffs and play in all the playoff games and the final was amazing in its own.
That's amazing. I'm just jealous of the experience in all sincerity. Like, you're living the dream, my man. Matter of fact, let's see a highlight there of you in Utah.
And Houston, they are sniffing. They are hunting for more here. 66th minute near the line. Kaluzniak's there. They get it down. And the SaberCats showing their teeth again.
On the road against the Utah Warriors. Oh, man, that's like... And the hometown kid, the hometown hero from Houston.
Yep. Now, 33-19. That is the match. Houston, we have liftoff. You're on your way to the MLR final next Saturday. The SaberCats going to play for the Shield for the first time ever.
History in the making.
Me getting like goosebumps just thinking about it again. I mean,
It was
really,
so much
it really
fun.
was a great feeling. Yeah, it was. It very much was.
I was kicking myself because I was there the week before when Utah beat Seattle, and I was thinking, man, if I could have stuck around one more week, I could have witnessed all that.
Yeah, I mean, like especially like for you, for example, being able to witness history is amazing, and then being able to, for me, to be a part of history, that's amazing. And so, because like whenever history gets made, no matter whether you're a spectator or a player or whatever you are, it's history being made. Who doesn't love to see history get made?
Yeah, first time you guys have gone all the way through the Western Conference. Last time, I want to say it was 2022, and you guys went to the Western Conference, and unfortunately, you lost. But you got there. So this year, for you to make it all the way was like, man, I know I wanted it. There's so many great guys like yourself on your team. You guys collaborate so well. They're so good with the fans. Great example of how to have fan-player interaction to grow this sport. It speaks for itself because in Houston, and I know, I mean, you being younger, but we've watched it grow. And I swear it's because of that time that those players spend with all the fans, and it just makes us all want to get behind you guys and support you.
So the best way I could say it is there's not you cannot, I don't know another sport where after the game, all the fans can come onto the field and meet the players and get playing cards from them. Like, I can't think of another sport that does that, where fans are literally able to come on the field and meet any professional player that they want to meet, whether they're rostered or not rostered, and get playing cards from them. I haven't seen that before.
No.
And so for us to get the fan involvement, go on.
No, I'm sorry I interrupted. Keep going.
No, y'all get, I know there's the delay, but like to be able to have the fans come on the field and get to meet them, and like me, for example, is I meet a lot of kids who are like, they're starting like U11s rugby, U13s, some high schoolers. And like, these are kids who want to accomplish what I've accomplished coming through the pathway. And so getting to meet kids like that after the game is really rewarding as a player, to see the fan involvement. Because as an American-born player and like a person who can play with USA, to see the rugby grow in America, and because I want it to be the biggest sport. I mean, I love football. I played football, but rugby really is the best sport in the United States. And I think once we get football people to come and watch rugby and get to meet players and understand how great of a sport it is, I think it can compete with football. But it's going to take time. And so, like you said, getting the fans involved is growing that. Because there's so many people I met this year who would come up to me and ask for playing cards and pictures and be like, "It's my first game. I never knew rugby was a thing, but word to mouth gets it out, and it was my first game, and I loved it." You know what I mean? So it's great to have the fans involved.
It's amazing. I remember when I was in Houston, I was moving around in the crowd, and I happened to sit next to somebody that was at the game for their first time. And how about this? They were family friends of yours. That was interesting.
Okay.
You got people showing up that I don't even think are showing up to watch your ass play.
I mean, I definitely my mom will always tell me. Mom was always telling me because we'd always get like our comp tickets, and then we'd be like, okay, we're gonna give these people, these people, these people, and then these people need tickets. And on my debut, I think there was probably 45 people, family members and friends who came to the game, at least 45. And so every game we probably have about 20 family members and friends who come out to watch.
That's Man, you're the envy of all the players. You know that, right? Like, who has an audience like that on a regular basis, dude?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely nice, but it also I live at home, so and all my family and friends are in this area, so it's nice, compared to other people who are from like New Zealand, Australia. It'd be hard for their family to come out, to every game. And so to be so close to home in my hometown and having these people come out, it's great. It's great to have them.
Super fun. Well, to change up, so we talked about playing in Utah, especially under the stress. This season's been a bit more intense than the prior seasons as it keeps growing and becoming more competitive.
Yes.
I'd say like another stadium. So you talked about how loud it was in Utah. Let's talk about how loud it is in Quincy with the Free Jacks during regular season.
Okay. Yes,
You
so
went over
that game
there.
in its own was like I mentioned earlier, to play against the Free Jacks, but outside of a final, they won the 2 previous years, and getting to play in Quincy. I mean, their whole stadium's completely packed. All the walking area around the stadium's completely packed. I mean, people were shoulder to shoulder. No, I was sitting on the sidelines until 60th minute. And whenever I was going on, I looked, and even at the end of the game, entire stadium's packed, everybody's shoulder to shoulder. I mean, it is one of the loudest stadiums I've been in. It definitely gives Utah a run for their money. If not, they're louder than the Utah fans. And I mean, it's just, it always leaves me speechless getting to talk back on the year because it was such a great year. Through all the ups and downs and everything, and being a part of this team, playing these games against such high level teams. Like you said, in Quincy, which is in Quincy. I played there before, but I played there whenever there was maybe 150 people in the stands at a U18s tournament. And then getting to go back 2 years later and it's completely packed, everybody there, it was insane.
I forgot about that. I think that's the last time I was in Quincy, and you guys were playing on a Saturday, and I think the game was on Sunday. I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, one way to shut them down is to score on them, right? Let's watch that.
Ball still hasn't crossed the line, so not officially held up by New England. Opportunity for Houston for that third try. Do they see some daylight? Redling Eyes trying to free it up. Smith will step in. Does the teenager have it in him? Trying to stay low. He's in.
Gotta like that.
So gotta use my height to advantage.
Facts. Well, also so you went to the championship. I saw your family there. How good was that they were all willing to travel? I think there was how many were there? I think I counted 6, but I could be wrong.
It was my dad, my mom, my older brother and his wife, and my grandma.
Okay.
5.
Okay. Yeah. They did a bunch of pictures, man. I made a little reel out of it. It's got no sound to it, but it's good stuff, man. You could just tell they were having fun all weekend long, actually.
Yeah, they definitely were. Yeah, no, they definitely were. They came the day before too, so they got to experience a little bit of the fan fest.
Which was a blast in itself. I couldn't say good enough about it. I'm glad the MLR stepped up and made it a couple-day celebration or fan fest, if we will. Here's some pictures of your family right here. It was pretty
Yeah, there
genuine.
they are. Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, to get them out there and like they came to the Western Conference final as well. My mom and my grandma did. And like my whole family was there at the playoff game that was at home. And so having a turnout like that coming, with me and watching me and to support me, it very much is a blessing that my family's able to do that and like come and support me and like get pictures after the games. Because pictures are memories. And these are memories that we're gonna have forever. Because let's be real here. There's that time was the only time that they might ever go to an MLR championship and watch me play. Like
Yeah, you
that's
don't
the
know.
truth about rugby. You know what I mean? You don't know. And so to have them go out there and witness history with us playing and to be able to spend time with me, those are all memories. And those are memories that I'll forever hold on to.
Facts, man. Matter of fact, I remember when we were on the pitch afterwards, and you guys, the game had come to an end, and everybody was feeling their emotions. Because let's be honest, everybody's heart is got to be into it, especially when you're throwing your body on the line like that. And you were like, "I'm ready for the interview," and I'm like, "Bro, you sure?"
Yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, it's after the game or on the field. Might as well do it. Like I told you, win, lose, or draw. I told you we'd have an interview. So I'm a man of my word.
You are. You are, and I appreciate you for that, because it would have been okay if you said no, and I would have been just hunky dory with it, because I cannot imagine the emotions going through your mind, let alone during the game, and then having to like stop and reset and accept what just happened. I got the interview on here. I figured we'd just throw it out there.
We got Seth Smith, the youngest player in the MLR, made it all the way to the championship. Seth, how do you feel about getting to the championship?
I mean, getting to the championship is great, but it's not the result we wanted. I mean, getting here is great and all, but we came in the league with the job not finished, and now the job's over. It just didn't go the way we wanted it to.
We all want to say congratulations on making it this far. Bro, you're amazing. Thank you. Just keep it up, man. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
What do you think about that?
It was good. I'm glad I finally got to see the interview. A little quick one. But yeah, no, it was definitely a little sad.
Yeah, I didn't even know if I was going to keep it, to be honest with you. So I edited it down and just, I wanted to keep it brief because the emotions were flowing. And the last thing I want to do is try to show you in an ugly light. And you held your composure very well, which is way easier said than done.
Yeah. Thank you. It definitely is easier said than done. Because there's that rush of what could I have done different? You know what I mean? And whether that's the week of preparation or at the game time, is there's always moments that you look back on right after the game and you always think, maybe I could have done this different. Maybe I could have done this different. Maybe the result would be different if this happened. And so there definitely was I guess a cloud. There was a cloud overhead. But whenever clouds come, you always got to try and find the rainbow.
I like it. Wisdom. I love it. Yeah. That's so anyways, I mean, you made it all the way to the championship. And there are literally 9 other teams that cannot say the same thing. And so, they all had to watch and you got to play. So there's that. the Free Jacks
Yes.
winning 3rd time in a row. You were part of history there, like it or not, because that was the first time in American sports of 23 years since. So that was a big deal to even be a part of it that way, even if you didn't get the L. I mean, you did get the L and not get the W. So, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's in the past now. You made it all the way. There won't like every game from here forward is going to be a lot less intimidating. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you play, like you talk about playing at the highest level, like that's the highest level I can play in the States. Because like obviously now, like I'm not with USA, I'm not in any of the pathways, U23s or anything like that. So the highest level I can play is in an MLR championship. And so being able to play there, that makes the regular season games easy. Like from now on, there's no reason why there should be an immense amount of pressure on me to perform. Because playing in an MLR final, a regular season game is nowhere near that. No matter what team you play, there's not as much pressure as there is there. And like you look at playoff games, it's win or go home. Even the pressure there on having to win is way higher than week 5 in the MLR season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
what's next, my man?
So it's funny that you say that. I actually leave on Sunday. I'm driving out to Atlanta. I'm gonna go play with Life's men's club team, and we're looking to win the ARP. We didn't get to win in the MLR, so hopefully we can go out there and get an ARP championship.
Let's go. Let's go. Do you play Old Blue during the season?
Yeah, we did. We played Missile last year, and we're gonna do the same again this year.
Okay, I was wondering because like I knew Jeremy had said something about that, and then I know that Sam Windsor is coaching, if I recall correctly.
Yes, he is. I saw that.
Yeah, he's done some real recruiting, so curious to see that game. I'm definitely going to hope that somebody's going to, put it up on the screen kind of thing because that would be worthy to watch. There's going to be a lot of MLR talent, let alone just country talent in that game.
Exactly. I mean, the ARP is getting better as well. Like I'm pretty sure another team is getting added. I think I heard a rumor or something that another team is getting added. So the competition's gonna get better. And also, like last year, we know we played a couple of USA Eagles. We played Tavita Lopetti, Alex Mon played with us, and so there's and Tomas Caceres, the lock from Miami. So I mean,
Okay.
hopefully I got his name right. I think I did. But like we played USA Eagles, and so being in the ARP and being able to play USA Eagles outside the MLR year shows how good the competition actually is. And so I'm very excited to get to work with them.
I love that you guys are still growing the game even when the MLR is not in season. That's huge.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just like the professional season outside of the MLR. Like that's the closest you're gonna get to professional rugby outside the MLR. Like there's a lot of guys, whether they're on contract or not, who have played MLR rugby. And then like Ross Deacon as well, he was a USA Eagle, and he also played with us. And so I mean, there's a great amount of talent that plays in the ARP.
What advice would you give to the youth that want to follow in your footsteps and get involved in rugby and see where they can go?
Yeah, so I think the best thing, there's two things really. Well, there's probably going to be more. I'm good at naming things. But one is like if they want to get into rugby, get into it. It was the best decision I've ever made. And thank you to my dad who helped me get into rugby and him watching it. And we watch all types of rugby. I mean, AFL, league, union, like we watch every type of rugby you can name. And so him getting me in young and then me being able to develop into who I am today is a big thing. So I'd say just get into it. Like get into rugby. And then one thing is sacrifice. I was talking to a couple kids, high school kids, and they were asking me like, what separated you from other kids in high school? Because being able to go straight from high school into a professional setting, there has to be a level of separation between you and some of the other kids that you went to school with. Because a lot of kids in high school are like, hey, like let's go party, let's all go hang out with our friends and stuff like that. To where to me, like I didn't go to a single party in high school. I would wake up at 6:30. I would be in the gym at 6:30. Wake up at 5:30, in the gym by 6:30 every morning. I would work out 2 to 3 times a day in high school. So it's like the sacrifice that you have to make to be where you want to be is one thing that the younger generation has to understand. That if they want to become the best person they can be and play at the highest level and become, I'm trying to think, like to become one of the best players in their position, it takes time. Like you look at every USA Eagle, they didn't get there overnight. They didn't just wake up one day and just say, "Oh, I'm one of the best rugby players in my position." It took hard work, and that's one of the main things. Like sacrifice and embrace the pain, because there's going to be pain along the road. You're going to get hurt. The gym, trust me, like discipline is one of the main things that you can learn. Like it, don't get me wrong, it sucks waking up every day at 5:30 to go lift 2 or 3 times a day, playing football and wrestling at the same time, adding rugby and on top and running. It sucked, but I embraced it and it made me who I am today.
That's good advice, man, because the reality is a lot of people simply do not have the discipline.
I mean, discipline's super hard to get down. Like, and you're gonna go through times where you're super disciplined, and then other times you're not disciplined at all. So, like, I'm coming off the back end of 2 injuries, a hamstring injury, and then I fractured my collarbone and did some other stuff to my shoulder. And so I'm at the part where I can sit down all day and not do anything because I can use my collarbone as an excuse to not do anything. But so I always try and find little ways to enhance it. Like one of the things I've really grown to love is like everybody knows the Stairmaster and everybody hates the Stairmaster. But one thing I've noticed is like that's such a great workout. That's why we made the Stairmaster a thing. And so I'll grab 25-pound dumbbells and I'll do farmer carries up and down my stairs because then it doesn't hurt my shoulder and I'm still active. You know what I mean? So like finding ways to help you become better is a form of discipline, and being able to do it every day is something that is learned. You know what I mean? You have to learn how to be disciplined.
Preach, brother, preach. Any more advice for the youth other than the discipline? I got some.
Any more advice? Yeah, I mean, I would just say, oh, let me hear it. Let me hear it.
I think that your attitude is immense. Seth, I've known you for a little over a year now, and your attitude and acceptance and just your ability to get along with others speaks for itself. And I think that attitude is a lot as you progress in any profession. And you really, I mean, accolades from here, bro, because not everybody's created equal, and you'd have the discipline and then to be friendly with your fans, take it all in stride. I think I've said it to you before, probably not on a podcast, but like you're an old soul from the outside looking in.
So, yeah. So, like to build on what you said about attitude is, I was always taught my dad's a very smart man. I mean, he's been through almost everything you could think about. And one of the things he told me is be a sponge. Like learn from everybody. So like for example, is I'm in such an experienced hooker group with Pizza and with Wilton, and then I was also here part time whenever like Dean and Joe Tafate were here, and then last year also with Tion. So I'm in, and then look at the props. We have Pono Davis, USA Eagle, Ezekiel who played for Manu Samoa, and then now he's a USA Eagle. And then look at locks. You have Nathan Dinhu, Johan Momsen, like a lock flank, and then you have Futa, Justin Basson, and then Manu Eman. So like I'm in a group of very experienced players, and I was always taught be a sponge, learn everything you can. Like last year, Asa Carter, me and him we would work jackling every day after practice. Every single day after practice, we work jackling. And then now me and Kenny, we work tackling and jackling as well. And then like Drew Wild, he's a 15. I play hooker, but he was teaching me how to kick. Like there was times last year where he would teach me how to kick. And then speaking of Missile, like Missile and Samu, I got stepped last year against Utah. And I mean, I didn't get bad stepped, but he definitely got around me. And so working with two of our wings on how to track and how to not get stepped in open field against a playmaker. So I mean, being able to learn from every single person, no matter their position, is something that goes along with attitude. You know what I mean? And like whenever times get hard, you have to have the attitude to keep going. Because why come so far just to give up? And that's what I've noticed is everybody has different paths. You know what I mean? Like the boys I'm gonna play rugby with that I went to high school with, by the time they graduate, I'll be going into my 5th year, my 4th or 5th year in the league. Our timing is completely different because they're gonna be MLR guys as well. But then I would be, I guess you could say like a veteran in some sense because it'll be my 4th or 5th year. And so our timings are completely different. You know what I mean? Like some of my boys have had major setbacks with big injuries. And, you know, I haven't, thank God, knock on wood, that it won't happen. But you know what I mean? Like everybody's timing is different, and the attitude that it takes to be a professional rugby player is, like you said, it plays an immense part of the success.
Well versed, bro. Well versed. I don't. It's like talking to an old man. Listen to you. Hey, we're getting towards the end of this. I want to ask you. I think I know the answers, but at least one of them. But you know, in this journey to date, who would you like to give thanks to for helping you in your rugby journey?
Yeah, so there's definitely a few. So like my parents, they're the reason why I'm here and why I do what I do. You know what I mean? Like my mom used to have to drive me to Sabercats practices. Like literally, like my mom used to drive me to Sabercats practices because I couldn't drive. You know what I mean? I didn't have a car to drive, so they used to drive me. So the sacrifices they made. And then also like Mike Brown, he is a great dude, and he's one of the reasons why I'm here, if not the only reason why I'm here. Is I went from a point to where I was playing no rugby, I didn't have a rugby team, and he gave me the opportunity to play, and he put a word into me to Heineke, which Heineke and Pote as well, also giving me the chance to be a professional rugby player at such a young age. There's a lot of people I get shout out. Like I mean, like Pita and Ayasu, him teaching me what I know, and then Tiana as well teaching me what I know. And CC Mahoney, whenever my first year, me and him were together, me and him did lineouts all the time. Instead of me, like, there's so many different guys that I can shout out and people who have helped me where I can be. You know what I mean? It's like the coaches that I coached with, because I had a little coaching stint for like 3 months where I was coaching college rugby because I wanted to coach. And so there's so many different people I could shout out. And everybody who's helped me along this journey, they know they've helped me, and I thank them for that.
Mad respect, dude. Yeah, a lot of people only say like one or two people, but I love that it takes a village, and you're taking it all in, and you're learning faster than anybody else at your age. Period and point blank, in my opinion.
So yeah, I mean, whenever you're around such high caliber players, like we talked about in the beginning, is the seasoned veterans, and then being with a coach who coached South Africa's national team, and having him be, our main coach, and me getting to learn from him, and like we're talking about South Africa here, you know what I mean? Like one of these South African national coaches. We're not talking about like a club coach that coached club for 10 years because he wanted to. You know what I mean? This is a dude who put his heart and soul into rugby, and I'm getting taught by him.
What a compliment. Huge compliment. I'm sure Mike's going to love hearing that too. Same with Jeremy and CC and all the boys. Love your respect for others, sir. Well, that's I think this is number 2 for us for podcasts. And of course, I'm going to hit you up here in a little bit as you get settled in over there in Atlanta area. and see how things are going then. I'd love to touch base and see what you've learned and who you're playing with and what kind of shenanigans you've been up to. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, sounds good. Yes, sir. Sounds
All right.
good.
Thank you, everybody, for watching or listening. Seth Smith, everybody. Thank you, Seth.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
It's a pleasure. Has been mine, sir.
Love rugby? So does Matt. He is host of the Rugby 100 Club podcast, where Major League Rugby stars tell their stories. But it's more than a podcast, it's a passport. Rugby 100 Club builds epic fan trips to follow your team on the road. Game day tickets? Included. Tailgates and fan meetups? You bet. Unforgettable memories every single time. Rugby 100 Club, where fandom meets the road.